I'm Nick Miles.
Test miles, like NASCAR, but with one right turn. Testmiles.com.
Here's the problem. The problem is we get chitty-chatty and we then get way behind in the show because we have too much fun in the studio. Staying connected with the automotive world, you're listening to our radio show, Test Miles. I'm your host, Nick Miles. In the studio, Brad, Shaun, Jen, and Ryan. And we have more guests coming up. Jen has a fun fact for us.
Okay, so when you think of Hemi, you automatically think of Chrysler or Dodge. But, in fact, the first hemispherical engine originated in 1901, and the first automaker was Pipe in Belgium. Chrysler came out with their first Hemi engine in the 1950s, and it was called the Firepower engine.
There you go. Now you lot are all educated, and I am educated too. I feel better for having Jen's fun facts. Still not sure if I took it all in, but I tried very hard. Shaun, what have you been driving this week?
I had the 2016 Mazda 3 S 5-door Grand Touring. It's a 5-seater hatchback. It was also named Car and Driver's top 10 best cars 3 years in a row, and this year's IIHS Safety Plus Award. So it's very safe. Some of the tech in is the active display where the little heads-up display pops up out of the dash, helps with polarized lenses and glare off the road. Instead of projecting it on the window, it's just a little screen. Has a SkyActiv 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine that cranks out 184 horsepower. Only comes in a front-wheel drive, gets 27 miles to the gallon in the city and 37 on the highway. Some of its competitors are the Corolla, Civic, Focus, Jetta, Dart, Impreza. And I feel this one has this more stylish interior than all of those combined. And it's one of my favorite things about it because it has this white and black interior, which I think more cars need. Cars are getting too dark now with their interiors, so having a nice bright interior, it looks awesome. Driving this car, it has some tight steering, and it's fun to drive if you get it up in the higher RPM ranges, but I feel it's a little sluggish off the line. So if you have some nice curvy roads, you just put it in the paddle shifters and basically wind it up. The only down I could find for this car is that there's still no Speed 3. Starting price is $18,545, and the one that I was driving was pretty much topped out at $30,270.
I will tell you, one of the things is that Mazda are making so many of these cars and selling so many of them that adding a Speed 3 is just going to put too much pressure on their factory. That would be my guess. Although
that would get more jobs.
Yeah,
let's run a 24-hour shift.
You got to build a bigger factory because I think they're almost at capacity. They were an amazing part of our Project Tyrant, getting our wheels installed on the vehicle and helping us with the vehicle this year. And we wanted first of all to thank them for being part of the Project Tyrant. But Wheelcraft, the team there, they do so much more: repair, beautification, and general wheel health. Pat from Wheelcraft is in the studio. Pat, you've been doing wheels for 15 years. That's a long time, by the way. And I think Brad has kids that, I don't know, you have kids in their 40s, 50s?
Well, yeah, they have kids that are that age.
See, that's a long time. So when you look at that's a long time for doing wheels. There are some questions we want to ask you about them. But if someone comes to you, Pat, and says, "What is Wheelcraft?" How do you explain that to them?
Well, we usually start off with our tagline is scratches, scrapes, nicks, dings, and bends. We fix wheels. So right. we do all kinds of stuff with wheels, and started out the company 15 years ago just doing curb damage repair, primarily for certified pre-owned programs on dealership lots. And we did those for a long time. But then more and more and more people, just car owners, wanted to have their wheels done too. So besides doing them for the service departments, now we started to doing them for people. Since we're a mobile company, I mean, we go to the dealership lots. Hey, why can't I go to your house? So I go to people's homes now as well. And we do everything from whatever, Mazda3s to Maseratis. So
I find it very painful when I look at a car that has wheel damage. It's probably one of the most painful things. And I think manufacturers have started to realize that making wheels that get damaged easily, Range Rover and Audis used to be easily damaged. They've started now to make wheels that it's harder to damage on them. But there is nothing more painful than a damaged rim on a car, right?
Well, for a lot of people, that's the way it is. It's interesting to me how many people, it seems sometimes the higher end, some of the car the lower maintenance people take care of stuff. So our best customers are the BMW 3 Series drivers or the C-Class drivers or the, then an S-Class guy, they could go years without even thinking about it. So.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the beautification. I mean, you make car wheels look pretty too. It's not just, I can take my regular. Well, you've done it for my Land Rover. You've sprayed them, like 6-7 years ago, you sprayed my Land Rover wheels black. Right. So you color wheels too.
We can do a color change. We're avoiding to do the color changes on site, and yours has lasted incredibly well. But the painted finish doesn't always hold up quite as well as what we've started doing about 3 years ago. Is we built a remanufacturing facility, and at the remanufacturing facility, I can do everything from a machine finished wheel, like on today's new Mercedes-Benz or Toyotas. Even, I mean, a lot of wheels are machine finished, and we were leaving an awful lot of repair options on the table because we couldn't do them.
All right,
and we can do that now.
Let's tell us where you are, because they're giving me the cue that the CBS News guys are about ready to go. So how do I find Wheelcraft and get hold of you?
Well, we're in Vancouver, Washington. You can look us up online at www.wheelcraftnorthwest.com. It's WHEELKRAFTNW.com. And let's work on some beautification projects. I think we can look at some of the things that you do. There's a lot of photos of all the kind of neat stuff that we can do, and we're on Facebook as well.
And they can come out to you. They can come out to you.
That's what I love about it, Pat. We thank you for all your help. Let's get to the CBS News when we come back. So much more on the show. You listen to Test Miles. I'm Nick Miles.